Hello everybody, welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. Today I have a very exciting read. It's how you're going to create an exciting relationship, how you're going to manifest this magical passion. And oftentimes things can start to settle and we don't realize that it needs an infusion of something, some kind of joie de vivre, some kind of attention. And basically it's keeping our awareness factor on that in our relationships. We need to feed it and nurture it and add things, zest, appeal, and not be neglectful of it in any way. So this is how you are kind of going to keep and create this excitement in a relationship. And so you have things to look forward to, so they have things to look forward to. It's like time to open the dreary curtains of the mundane into some fresh, vibrant energy, especially for summer. Summer is like a time to be outside, less clothes, you're going swimming, you're getting more active, all those beautiful things. So don't lose your vision on this, beautiful impassioned relationship, because we all deserve that. So set your vision and goal to look forward to in it as well. What is your love story? How is your journey going to play out here? So let's try to start by the 3-card spread, and you guys can pick which ones you want to start with. This is Devas, this is transformation, and this is personal power. So I'm going to let you pick. If you're not aware, Devas is a highly evolved nature spirit that make their way across all realms. So if you're just curious as to whom or what that is, okay? And then we have the other 2 cards. And I love these if you guys are curious, because the art and the messages are so beautiful. They are the Sacred Power reading cards by Anna Stark, and the artwork is spectacular, vibrant, and amazing. Okay, so we're going to start with Devas and find out a little bit and what the motto is with him too. This is about mastering your own energy. Take appropriate action. So whoever chose this, it's saying really look and hone in on what's going on in your relationship, and or if it's about to begin and you feel it, your soul companions are coming in. How can you enliven each day with some fun sparks, some activities, some devotion to the passion, right? So Devas are highly evolved nature spirits that make their way across all realms. Every part of the world is alive with nature spirits. So Devas are found in water, fire, trees, and crystals. These intelligent beings follow the law of karma, manipulating energy around our thought patterns to achieve specific results. So they're masters of energy, and they encourage you now to master your own. So learn about your reactivity to issues and events, gain greater insights into your being. What are you putting out into the universe? Ask the Devas for help with the task so you can move through life's changes with ease. They have made themselves known to you and encourage you to work with the energy of crystals to turn your thoughts and actions into positive processes. I didn't fully understand what my attraction to crystals was until I started to realize that it did transform my energy into some bright positivity, and working with them definitely aligned me with the vibration suited towards the better shift in life or whatever we're physically working on. So I love this because the crystal Deva of clear quartz is asking you to connect with the crystal kingdom. Clear quartz is a master healing crystal. It has the potential to work on any condition or illness, and it also amplifies the other crystals around it. It's known as the stone of power, and that's why I have one right here, and my pendulum is made out of that. It's very heavy, and it's very, very well made out of pure crystal quartz, and I love that. And I use that for yes, no answers and private reads and things like that. And oftentimes Winter finds it necessary to sit on that. So the prayer is, to the 7 great rishis, I ask you to liberate my soul's consciousness so I can live a life of peace, love, and happiness. Thank you. So I am going to pull a couple cards, and we're going to see sort of how you can create some excitement. Devas is one of those reminders that when we sit back and we really regard our relationships with a sacred eye and of loving and caring, that we can see facets to it that need work, right? And what is your mate or potential love? What do you think will spark that? It's usually trust, recognition that they're home, they're in a room, whatever it is, that beautiful connectivity. Oh, I love this. Oh, I'm going to read you what this says because it's very interesting. The Cernunos. I love this. I had to actually look it up. This actually comes from the Druid Craft and Tarot deck, and I am very into everything Druidic and Celtic, and I love these. And I really find this interesting. I think you guys will too. So if you've never heard of this, quite a few other readers have used this deck but I very rarely see this come up in the reads. That'd be funny if now I couldn't find him and I just looked at this. Okay, so let me get this close enough. So the keywords for him is potential for abundance and liberation, mastery of life force, but obsession and materialism as well. So the meaning is a call to awaken your responsibility as you learn how to be successful and creative, explore your sexuality, free yourself from inhibitions and repressions. So that's part of it too when we're engaging in a relationship, that we free ourselves from our own, inner trappings of what we think is acceptable or, inhibits us or represses us, right? Take care not to become consumed by these activities. Be aware of denying the world with its greed, materialism, and random consumerism, which threatens to destroy the planet. So it's time to accept responsibility for our life and the way we live it. So he's also saying, live in accordance with Gaia. We don't throw our garbage out our window. We don't consume copious amounts of water when it's not necessary. All those things that thoughtless people do who are unaware that there is quick destruction and mass destruction done to certain areas of the planet through carelessness. So that awareness. But as this pertains to love and the spark, it's saying just be aware of what inhibits you. What do you think you can't say? How do you think you shouldn't express yourself? And why is that? Is that an old, outdated mode of something your mother or grandmother told you, or something tucked into your subconscious that doesn't even apply to you? I mean, as a grown adult person, you should be the judge of it, right? Allow your inner love to just shine in every way it wants to. Right? I love this. It's liberation time. When you see this, it's definitely time to liberate yourself from any repressed activity. It's time to get out there and experience. Trust your inner knowing. Life is an adventure, and it's a discovery and a journey to be involved. So there's definitely, I love that this card came up. I love all the bright colors together. Aren't they beautiful? So let me choose another one for you. The Ace of Cups. So new. This is all about trying things new. Whenever I see aces, I love this because it invokes freshness. It is a page turner. It's a fresh white page. It's a new beginning of anything that is new to us is exciting, right? First of all, because we haven't experienced it yet, and we have that beautiful anticipation of experiencing it. So do something nice to surprise them and yourself as well. Like do just a little destination day where they don't know where you're taking them, but it includes some of their favorite things, maybe a band they like, maybe an outdoor picnic, something like that infuses passion and togetherness for you that they don't necessarily know about. And this is fantastic because this means we're also divinely guided and helped in these endeavors, because we're really reaching for some beautiful connectivity. So why wouldn't we have some beautiful release of our burdens to go out and have a carefree evening with somebody we love and do it in a magical, fun, spontaneous way. Spontaneity is very, very important in relationships too. If you're continually doing the same things the same ways, it can get a little heavy and it can get a little stale. So you want to hit the refresh button and do things that are entirely new. Go to places, restaurants, foods you haven't tried, new experiences, environments you haven't, like anything that's off the charts, like those ice houses you can go into and sit down and be inside, a new gallery, swim in some place where it's isolated and it's very romantic and it's like only the two of you are there, quiet walks in the forest together, all of those things that connect you and ground you to nature. And I really feel that there is, with these two together, it's just sort of this burst of affection and release of burdens and being able to completely focus on each other, because that's when you really connect, when you don't have phones and devices and you're not too plugged in, you're just only connected with one another. So beautiful energy, group one. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below. If you'd like to have a private read, if you want to go check out my stuff on my Etsy page, come see me on Instagram at Sparkwist11. I do daily posts and I chit chat with everybody, and it's a really great way to connect, and I really enjoy that thing. And I'm also on Instantgo. If you need a quick reading and you pop on there, I have a notification bell that goes off, so I can do a 1-question, 2-question read for you depending on what you need. So go check everything out down there. So thank you guys. And now we're on to transformation. And speaking of that, it's kind of interesting how the right gestures, the right thoughtfulness, the right spice can transform a relationship. If anybody starts to feel taken for granted, that becomes a problem, right? Because we all like to feel cherished and adored. So I'll just this is basically, it says, I am able to transform. I can conquer and resolve past issues with strength, courage, and willpower. I choose to transform my life now. So I feel for any of the groups that chose this, you're realizing that there is time for change and growth and a different perspective and a different avenue of behavior, right? It is time to transform, because if we don't transform and we don't evolve, we're simply going around and around and spinning our wheels, right? So the phoenix is like a caterpillar, basically. It transforms into new life after it experiences the end of an earth cycle. So just like the phoenix, what you have perceived to be a negative outcome is actually filled with some positivity. So now is the time for rebirth and rejuvenation. So you've come so far in this journey already, and you reach the end of this particular cycle in your life. And the sacred firebird is a conscious creator, choosing to accept inevitabilities and using them to produce positive experiences, right? And because of that, we've evolved. We realized, okay, I established a pattern. This is what worked during those cycles. This is what didn't work. This is what helped me grow. This is what helped passion flourish in relationships. This is what didn't, right? So within each negative experience, such as physical trauma, spiritual and emotional suffering, we reach a precipice where new life forms, right? Usually people have epiphanies right after some sort of great loss as well, because then they recognize the gratitude for what they have. And during this transformative process, you're going to be able to emerge with confidence, strength, and direction. So if you're currently experiencing hardship or emotional imbalances, depression or anything, know that the hard times are almost over and a new life is on the horizon. It always is. There's always shifting, changing, growing cycles throughout life. Thank goodness. If we were always one way, it would be very boring indeed, right? So the energy right now is showing you to assess your daily rituals and habits, okay? And how maybe you can change and shift those for growth and create passion. Lots of times it's as simple as being excited for the person coming in the room, coming home, acknowledging the fact that they're there, spreading joy, using your energy to transmit the fact that you're joyful that they're there. That starts it, right? Because we all have a presence, we all have an energy within one another, and if it's dismissive, that's very harmful. If it's inclusive and loving, it's very helpful. I can't believe this. The last group got this. So you're all getting aces, and here's why. What is the biggest spark in passion and togetherness and how to manifest passion is newness, right? We need some kind of newness. If we're always doing the same thing and it's expected, it becomes very stale very quickly. But the Ace of Wands, this is about new passion, and how we do that is using all sorts of imagination, envisionment processes, really using our heads to create a beautiful, gorgeous place in our minds and our hearts, being restful, as well as in the physical world, taking them someplace that you think is remarkable, a gorgeous lake, a beautiful restaurant with a waterfall, something that's very aesthetically pleasing, because something happens when we gaze upon things of beauty. Our mind sort of transports itself and it thinks of more beautiful things. It's really weird. It's like that positivity breeds positivity in that manifestation cycle. When we look at beauty, we think of beautiful things. Hence, we're in an atmosphere of beauty with somebody that we already love, right? So we see them in the most beautiful context of all. And we also see them in a new way. Somebody who cared enough to create this environment and bring us there, right? So it kind of shines this golden light down on you as somebody who put in a grand effort to create this evening, this day, this moment for them. And that really ignites something within somebody. It does, right? Have you ever had anybody take you someplace because they thought specifically it was meant for you and you would love it? It is very mood altering and it is very mood elevating. So little things like that. And the wonderful thing about that is you get to enjoy this beautiful atmosphere as much as they do, and you get to enjoy it together. It really just creates a multitude of just positivity and great feelings about that person, because they were, it's a thoughtful gesture. They put effort behind it and you get to experience it together. And life is about a series of experiences with people. And wouldn't you rather have the good, the beautiful, and the sparkling silver memories outweigh the bad? So I love this too. This is also Two of Wands. You're looking out over with purpose in the future. You're actually making plans. Now this is another way to spark a lot of beautiful passion and create things within your vision, is a goal to look forward to with them. So say perhaps, would you like to go on a little mini vacation? Why don't we spend the weekend somewhere, Cape Cod? Why don't we go down to Florida? Why don't we go to Pennsylvania? We'll do this. Something that has equal interest to both of you. That's where it's really important that they have an input, but you're also going to enjoy it, because something happens even as the giver and the suggester of this beautiful person. As someone making the plans, you want to have dual joy in this, right? It shouldn't be one-sided. So it should be something that you know would be interesting. If they love campfires and being outside, but you absolutely hate it, that's not the best idea. But if it's like boating and you both enjoy it, it's a wonderful idea, right? You're experiencing something new and wonderful together, and that sparks passion. Love in new environments is really something, because you're experiencing all different sensations, new sights, new sounds, new smells. So all 5 of your senses are peaked and alive because they're in an entirely different place. So that is definitely, a good move to create excitement in your relationship too. Plus the planning of it and looking forward to it is so lovely, right? So beautiful energy group too. So that's some of your suggestions. I love those cards came up for you. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below. If you need a private read, if you want to go on my Instantgo, which is a great service where I can get right back to you and provide you with answers. My Etsy page, if you'd like to support my channel, my Patreon page. I'm starting to do an extra video a day for those guys, because the patrons that have topics they want covered, I just have them submit, and then I'm covering those. So that's a fun benefit as well. So all my links are there. Go check stuff out, and come see me on Instagram too. I love that, because I like to post daily memes and connect with people, and I just have a really good connection with people over there, and it's a funny tribe, and we all laugh and have a good time. So now we're on to personal power. I'm already getting messages from this card for this group too. I find the beautiful illustrations in this really pop and connect with me, especially things like that with all the energy that pops out. The lighting is amazing. So this basically is saying, take responsibility for your actions, reclaim your power. I am now willing to and able to stand in my own power. Each experience enhances my love, strength, and self-worth. So already we're speaking of self-worth. When we value ourselves and we move in confidence, that definitely expedites the love vibe for sure, right? That ignites passion. When somebody thinks, wow, look how strong and confident this person is, and they chose me, they chose to be with me. There's something wonderful about that. And then there isn't a disbalance where they're the caretaker and they have to care for you, or your emotional state, or whatever perceived maybe imbalances you have. Instead, you're just a fully formed, fully functioning person that's wonderful, and they regard you as such, okay? Emotions, this also reminds us, that emotions are powerful, and they can cause us to feel alone. We can be overwhelmed or anxious if we haven't had the opportunity to express our situation or experiences. So part of this message to this is be available to be able to be a lending ear for somebody that wants to be able to express their situation or experiences. You ever get this heightened sense of awareness or something, and you're so overjoyed, but you need a trusting friend or a loved one to speak to this about, because it can seem out there, or it can seem, whatever, it can make you feel insecure expressing it. But if you are someone who's going to sit by and positively listen and enhance the conversation, then I'm telling you what, that ignites passion like nobody's business, because so many people have so many wonderful things to share, yet they hide it. It's really weird. So the tiger, represents and encourages us to express our deepest feelings. You doing that as well to them creates this kind of bond of trust that is wonderful as well. Embrace your darkest personal experience and transform it into positive thoughts and actions. If at one time you were so insecure about everything that you made up crazy stories about yourself, like whoever you were. I worked with this person once, and every time they would say something, it'd be slightly different about their past or something, or a success, and it would be really, really different. And then I had that aha moment, and then I realized what was happening. They didn't think their particular life was interesting enough to say exactly what they were doing or who they were or what they experienced, so they inflated it and made up some things. But so then what you can do, if you ever had something like that, you transform it into somebody who always tells the truth, has integrity, and knows that they're interesting as they are. Everybody doesn't have to be, winning Nobel Prizes and, graduating with honors and perfect GPAs from Harvard every second. People are so competitive with these phantom people that they don't even live in reality. So once we decide if a particular experience is as good or bad, we then make a conscious decision about what to do next, okay? So we identify our method of emotional expression. We either speak up, we become neutral, or we don't speak at all. Not speaking up, however, can leave us feeling helpless. So this is a big, big part of when we're in a cycle of love and expression, that we express exactly how we feel honestly and freely, that shows we trust them. That is a lovely bonding experience, and vice versa. We create a space and experience for the person that we love to say anything and feel safe in that space. That's very important as well, because people need to know. Oh, look at that. I love this King of Swords you have. Wonderful. Oh, and the World. I can't believe it. I was pulling these through the oh, I love this so much. Again, if you guys weren't familiar when I said what deck I was using, because it's drop dead gorgeous. It's a Druid Craft Tarot deck right here. Big, colorful. It's a big, beefy deck. Like, look at the card next to my hand. It's legit just the size of my hand. So, you know, they're very shuffleable, but they are gorgeous. So with this King of Swords in the World, this is saying experience thing. Use all 5 senses when you go out with them. You know, sight, sound, touch, feel, everything. Be in environments where everything is conducive to beautiful romance, you know, flowers around, things that smell good, like wonderful cappuccinos, things that enhance the surroundings. And again, I was talking about this in group 1. When we're in areas of beautification, we see the person we're with a little more beautified as well, and we're thankful. If they provided us with this environment and went out of their way to bring us there, that shows that they care about the aesthetic that we're in and what we're experiencing, right? And that's going to ignite someone's passion for sure. If somebody goes out of their way to do something kind and think that, wow, you would really love this. Like every once in a while, Ian will go and he'll research the concerts that play on this green, and we have the best evenings when we go there. It's just this big open green with this music, and when he finds it and plans it and packs the food, I'm so grateful for that, because all we do is just jump in the car and experience it and love it, but he does all the planning, every road trip, all the packing, all the planning, all the strategy, and we appreciate it like so much. But half of the time it's like we're all just in such a whirling tizzy, we don't even express how wonderful that is. But that's part of the reason that, you know, he is my lifelong partner. He does things like this. He thinks of, you know, all the not fun things that we take for granted, this wonderful food, the fact that he's navigating there, he's parking, he's doing all these things. And that is how they create this beautiful world and environment for you. And the King of Swords represents doing some really concise thinking. This is cutting away all the garbage in the life that they don't need to hear about, nor do you need to bring up or hear too. Isn't it wonderful when someone walks in the door and they don't dump a bunch of hardships of their day on you first thing before they're like, how are you and how was your day? You know what I mean? This is like, let me think of the other person before I speak. How is this going to be received? Is this heavy energy? How about I think clearly what will lift them and make them feel good and make them feel warm and receptive of me? And that's how the King of Swords thinks. Logically, he knows what words are going to conclude in what behaviors and reactions, right? So by stifling a little bit of our need to share every little detail, pleasant, unpleasant, or otherwise, we kind of censor what we're saying until we get into the rhythm of our day or our evening and we reintegrate with one another. Beautiful energy, group 3. I love this a lot, and you really are stepping into this amazing personal power. You really are. And again, those are from the Sacred Power cards. Remarkable artwork in this. So love and light to this group. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to press like and subscribe. And all my links are down below if you need a private read, if you want to go to my Instagram, which is Sparkrist11, if you want to go to my Etsy store and check out all my jewels and gems, which I have some gorgeous turquoise pieces I just added, and I made this beautiful tribal collar, so I have some new pieces that are really, really cool in there, and I'll be adding some more stuff over the next couple days. So love and light to you guys. Yeah, personal power. You really are creating an excitement, some passion, and you know, evolving your love story, which is beautiful.